Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are, whatever time you are. I am teaching you today from a little hideout in Montana. So let's get started. Go ahead and take a seat if you would like to sit on the edge of a blanket or a block, or sit on your shins with your feet tucked underneath you, whatever's the most comfortable and gives you the most comfortable seat. Go ahead and close your eyes, place your hands somewhere on your thighs. You can maybe rock side to side to make sure that you find your sit bones, and maybe even more preferably the front of your sit bones, so that you have a natural curve in the low back. It's a little bit more support. Close your eyes if you haven't already. And just begin to take some smoother, deeper breaths. Notice where you're breathing, maybe even the texture of your breath. And with your next inhale, breathe in deeply through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale deeply. Open mouth, sigh. And again, inhale. Open mouth, sigh. Gently close your lips, leave your jaw soft, your neck, your shoulders. Direct your breath in and out of your nose. And as we move and breathe together today, I invite you to set an intention for class. Maybe even more specifically, I invite you to share an intention with me and whoever else might be practicing this, in whatever space and time they are. Let's bring an awareness today, an intention on learning the difference between discomfort and pain, and how to move gracefully away from pain, mindfully, and how to lean into discomfort, to breathe for just 1 or 2 or 3 more breaths, somewhere where we might feel uncomfortable or where it's unfamiliar. So we might build resilience in discomfort. I don't know about you, but I have been incredibly uncomfortable over the last several months, and this idea of building resilience within and through discomfort has been key for me. So even here is the thought of a class where we're going to talk about discomfort, or maybe lean into it, breathe through it, already causing you some mental discomfort. Or possibly sitting as we are, you're starting to feel some discomfort in your back or your hips, or maybe your feet, depending on how you're sitting. Can you just allow the discomfort to be sensation? Can you breathe through sensation? Slowly lift your hands away from your legs, bring your palms to meet at your heart, and bow your head towards your hands. And what many of you know is my favorite gesture of humility and gratitude. May we spend the next hour or so humbly bowing before the lessons of discomfort. Release your hands, lift your chin, open your eyes. Go ahead and make your way to hands and feet, tabletop. And as you see, I have a blanket here, but I'm also practicing on a little bit of carpet, so I probably won't need this, but if you need a blanket to pad your knees at any time, find it. I kind of bring mine in and out as needed. Regardless, find your way to tabletop position. Fingers spread comfortably wide. Wrist creases are parallel to the front edge of your mat. And toes can be tucked under or tops of the feet planted, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And again, palms are planted directly underneath your armpits. Knees are directly underneath those front bony hip points. You just start to make some nice big hip circles. Imagine that your hips are the hands of a clock moving around the knees that are the center of your clock. And the further out I go towards 3 and 9, the more I feel a nice opening in my hips, my outer hips rather. And the further back towards 6 I go, the more of a release in my low back I get. Reverse the direction of your circles. Bring your awareness to your breath and allow those inhales and exhales to be long and smooth in and out of your nose. And slowly make your way back to center and stillness. And for a few cat-cows, inhale, stretch your heart through your upper arms, lift the crown and the tail to the sky. And exhale, cat, press down and away through the palms, gaze towards your belly button. And inhale to lift the crown of the head and the tail to the sky as the heart drags through the upper arms. And exhale for cat, round. Inhale through cow. Exhale through cat. Let's do one more round. Inhale back to a neutral spine. If your toes are tucked under, untuck them. Big toes touch, knees can be as close or as far apart as you'd like, child's pose. Keep your arms stretching actively in front of you. Forehead softens towards the earth. Don't worry if it doesn't touch. We're not going to be here long. And here, I want you to curl your sit bones towards the backs of your knees until you feel the belly and the ribs lift away from the thighs. Keep that. And walk your hands over to the right. Belly button yearns for the right thigh. Shoulders stay level in space. Both sit bones are still reaching towards the heels and curling towards the backs of the knees. The right shoulder might want to pop up here. Go ahead and soften it down. Then breathe into your left ribs and left low waist. With your next inhale, walk over to the left. Again, belly button is reaching for the left thigh. It may or may not get there. Don't worry about that, but it's just the direction we're headed in. Again, now watch the left shoulder. It might want to pop up. Soften it down. Keep it level in space with the right. Right sit bone is still yearning towards the right heel, and both sit bones are reaching to the backs of the knees. Inhale, come back to center. Gaze at your hands, make sure that they are spread shoulder width distance, wrist creases still parallel to the front of the mat, or maybe slightly turned out so the pointer finger is turned mostly forward. Now walk your hands back, one palm print, so that you're in a lifted child's pose. We're gonna find cat-cow here. So inhale, stretch your heart forward, keep pressing down through the palms and drag them back isometrically towards you. And exhale to round. Gazing between your knees or toward your belly button. And again, inhale, stretch the heart forward, press the back of the head against an imaginary resistance instead of just flopping the neck back. And exhale, press down and away, round. Last one, inhale. Stretch your heart forward, back of the head presses against an imaginary resistance. And exhale to round. Good. Inhale the gaze forward, walk your palms, that palm print forward again. Shift your hips forward, hands and knees. Spread your toes apart, or your big toes, separate them if they're still touching. Tuck your toes under. And now, I want you to press down through the L space of your thumb and forefinger if you see so much that my shoulder blades are spreading across my back. Keep rooting down through the L space of the thumb and forefinger and externally rotate your upper arm bones slightly. You'll see that the eyes of the elbows will turn forward. Keep that. Belly is lifted. Sit bones are reaching towards the backs of the knees. You might notice that there's quite a bit of rounding in my back. That's fine. Tuck toes under, down dog. Lift hips up and back. Keep that pressing away with the hands. External rotation of the upper arm bones. And sit bones still yearning towards the backs of the knees are now reaching to the backs of the heels. Soften your head down so that the ears are more or less in line with your arm bones. Eyes can just gaze at the space between your feet. And if you have a tendency to really flare into the low back, again, try to create length and space there by sending sit bones to the backs of the heels. Lifting those bony hip points up towards your belly button. And keeping that nice engagement in the front line of the body so that your back and your spine can lengthen out. With your next inhale, gaze forward towards your hands. Exhale, walk your hands to the back of the mat to meet your feet. Fold forward. Bend your knees as much as you need to create space for your hands to connect to the mat. Might even just be fingertips. Nod your head yes, shake your head no. Remind the neck to be long and soft. And even here, find that gentle external rotation of the upper arm bones. Keep the shoulder blades broad across the back. Lift your bony hip points up towards your belly button, and weight moves to the balls of the feet without lifting the heels. Good. Bend your knees generously. Inhale, roll up to rise. Stand in Tadasana at the back of your mat. Feet are hip width distance. Bony hip points still lifting gently up towards the belly button, sit bones reaching towards the backs of the heels. And imagine that action coming from your outer glutes, right? The low part of your butt muscles where they meet the outer part of your thigh, or your hamstring, excuse me. Imagine sending those widely down. It's almost as though you could grab a pencil or your finger in between your butt cheek and your hamstring. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale out of the nose. Notice where your ribs are at the bottom of your exhale. Keep that, reach out. Inhale, flip the palms to the sky, reach up, ribs stay in. Exhale, fold forward, palms to heart center. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Bring your fingertips lightly to your shins for an inhale, halfway lift. Imagine lengthening your armpits away from your hips and stretching the heart forward through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold forward. Fingertips come to shins. Inhale, find that halfway lift. Notice if your shoulders are rounding forward. Again, that external rotation of the upper arm bones. You'll feel the heart stretch forward as you lengthen the bones behind the ears towards the top of the mat. Take another inhale here. Exhale, fold. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Fingertips land weightlessly wherever they're landing. And exhale, fold forward. Walk your hands forward, down dog. Make sure that you're planting your palms. As we've been talking about shoulder width distance, line up your wrist creases appropriately. Find that support and anchor through the L space of the thumb and forefinger. And again, from there, creating that external rotation of your upper arm bones. It's as though your armpits are turning to face your chin. With your next inhale, gaze towards your right thumb. And lift your right heel to the sky, three-legged dog. Keep that bony hip point pointing towards the earth, so much so that the hips stay square and your right pinky toe is even pointing straight down. So we don't care about how high you get if you're gonna flare your hip. It doesn't really do much for us here in this class. I want you to think about square hips. Again, take another inhale, gaze towards that right thumb. And exhale, step your right foot where your gaze is, close to the right thumb. Option to drop the back knee, I will here for this first one. Press down into your front foot so much you lift up, reach up. Again, armpits turn to face the chin, palms face one another. Bony hip points lift up towards one another. And send your pelvis forward in space any amount. And remember that the outer glutes, outer low butt muscles, reaching towards the backs of the knees, find that here. Take another inhale here. Gaze towards the mat inside of your right foot and exhale, land your left hand there. Open twist or lizard twist, lots of names for this. Reach up towards the sky with your right fingertips. Notice the front tips of the shoulders. If they're rolling forward, draw them back. And let's do some nice big arm circles to release our shoulder blades off of our back. So inhale, stretch your right fingertips forward. Exhale, bend the elbow towards your back heel. Roll your heart open. Right hand sweeps forward, inhale. Exhale, bend the elbow, roll the heart open. Last one, inhale, stretch your fingertips forward. Exhale, bend the elbow, roll the heart open. Good. Release your right hand down, frame the front foot, back knee lifts, step back, down dog. Take a couple of nice rounds of breath here. Good. Gaze towards your left thumb. As you inhale your left heel to the sky, remember both bony hip points still pointing straight down. Press out through your left heel as though you were pressing into a wall behind you. Take another inhale. Exhale, step your left foot where your left thumb is. Now, if you land your foot back here, it's okay. Just grab your ankle with your left hand and pull the foot forward. So help yourself out if you can't quite step forward. Drop your right knee. Press down into your front foot so much you lift up, reach up. Armpits face chin. Outer glutes reach towards the backs of the knees as the bony hip points lift up towards the belly button. You'll hear me say these things over and over, especially when we're in these shapes, because we're trying to protect our low back. So keep all of that. Inhale, lengthen up through the fingertips. Exhale, send your pelvis forward in space, any amount. I'm noticing here that my ribs are flaring forward, so absorb the low ribs gently into the back of the body. And instead, think about stretching the upper back up and away from the low back. Inhale, gaze down inside of that left foot. Exhale, plant your right hand. Reach left fingertips to the sky. Draw the front tips of the shoulders back if they're dumping forward. And again, inhale, reach left fingertips forward. Exhale, bend the elbow as though we're magnetizing towards the back heel. Roll the heart open. Inhale, sweep the arm forward. Exhale, bend the elbow, roll the heart open. Last one, inhale, reach forward. Exhale, bend the elbow, roll the heart open. Plant your left hand, frame the front foot, step back to down dog. Gaze forward towards your hands. Inhale to plank pose. Shoulders stack over wrists. Heels, hips, and shoulders are in one line. So we're not popping up here. We're not dumping forward here. It's as though we could lift the front of the body into the back of the body. Keep your armpits hollow. In other words, press the ground away so much that you create space in your armpits. Drop your knees for support. Keep the space in your armpits as you stretch the heart forward. Lower to your bellies, bend your elbows. Go nice and slow. Plant the tops of your feet. Press down into the feet so much the knees lift. Lift the front tips of the shoulders away from the mat. Press the back of your head into an imaginary resistance as you inhale to lift your heart to the sky and stretch it forward. Low cobra. Exhale to release. Tuck your toes, press into your knees, press into your hands, find that hollow feeling in your armpits, and lift the front of the body in one line away from the mat. Exhale, down dog. Inhale your gaze to your right thumb, lift your right heel to the sky. Exhale, step it forward. Drop your back knee. Inhale, reach up. Good, make all the adjustments that you need. Again, find that pencil hugging or finger hugging feeling in the backs of your legs where they meet your butt. And this time, right hand to right hip. Left hand reaches up and over. Nice big stretch across the left waist and left side body. Inhale, lengthen up through the left fingertips and lift the right fingertips to the sky. Exhale, left hand plants inside of the right foot. Reach your right fingertips to the sky. Option here, leave the back knee lowered or lift it. Inhale, right fingertips reach forward. Exhale, bend your right elbow, roll the heart open, back thighs pressing up. Inhale, stretch the fingertips forward. Exhale, bend the elbow, roll the heart open. One more time, inhale, reach forward. Exhale, bend the elbow, roll the heart open. Good. This time, plant right fingertips. We're going to come up into that high or low lunge if you're still in a low lunge position. Press down into the feet so much you can lift up, reach up with your fingertips. Again, bony hip points, lift towards the belly button. Send your sit bones towards the backs of the knees. Lift the side waist and side ribs away from your hips and stretch the heart up and away from the low back. Take another inhale here, reach up through your fingertips. Exhale, bend your elbows wide and lift your heart to the sky. Nice big circles here. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, bend your elbows, roll your heart open. Good, last one, inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend your elbows, roll your heart open. Bring your palms to meet at your heart. Lengthen forward through the spine, lean forward, inhale. Exhale, twist, left elbow moves outside of the right thigh, just above the knee. Back knee is pressing up if it's lifted. And notice this right hip likes to pop forward and up. Drag it back and tuck the hip underneath you. Draw your low right belly back to roll the right shoulder open. And if you're wobbly like me, just smile at it. Can you breathe? And just be in any discomfort. With your next inhale, slowly unwind. Plant your palms, step back to down dog. Take a couple of nice breaths here. Nod your head yes, shake your head no. Let go of any tension or maybe any stories that you have created about what you know is to come on the second side. So gaze forward towards your left thumb. Inhale your left heel to the sky. Exhale, step it forward. Drop your right knee. Again, inhale, reach up, press down in the front foot. Make all the adjustments here that we've been talking about. Left hand to left hip. Right fingertips reach up and overhead for a nice big stretch through the right side body. Inhale, reach up through your right fingertips and the left. Exhale, plant your right hand inside of the left foot. Left fingertips reach to the sky. And again, option for high or low lunge. If you are going to go into high lunge, tuck the back toes, press the back heel back and down, lift the knee. Inhale, reach forward through the left fingertips. Exhale, bend the elbow, roll the heart open. Again, inhale, reach forward. Exhale, roll the heart open, elbow bends. Last one, inhale, reach forward. Exhale, bend the elbow, roll the heart open. Plant left fingertips to frame the front foot briefly. Press down into the feet. Lift the belly, curl the sit bones under bony hip points. Lift, lift, lift. High lunge. And again, notice the orientation of your hips. Where are your bony hip points in space? Are they squaring forward? Are we supporting it by lifting them towards the belly button and actively curling and sending our sit bones to the backs of our knees? Inhale, lengthen out through the fingertips. Exhale, bend the elbows, roll the heart open. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, stretch the heart up and away from the low back, elbows bend. Last one, inhale, reach up. Exhale, lift. This time, bring palms to meet at your heart. Inhale, lengthen forward. Lift the front of the body to the back of the body. And exhale to twist. Low left belly pulls back as the right elbow softly lands outside of your left thigh. Inhale to unwind. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back to down dog. Inhale, shift forward, plank. Drop your knees if you need support, but press the earth away. Lift the front of the body into the back of the body. Stretch your heart forward, inhale. Exhale, lower to your belly in one piece. Plant the tops of the knee, or plant the tops of the feet, press down, lift the knees. Send the outer edges of your butt towards your heels so much that you feel your belly lift. Keep that. Inhale. Stretch your heart forward as you press the back of your head against an imaginary resistance. Upper arm bones roll back. Exhale to release. Tuck your toes, press into your knees, or don't. Inhale, lift up in one piece. Exhale, down dog. Inhale your gaze forward. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. Bend your knees as much as you need to. You can toe heel your feet a little bit wider for ragdoll. Grab opposite elbows if it feels nice, or allow the backs of your hands or fingertips to rest on the mat. You can rock from side to side. And just allow a feeling of the spine cascading and water falling towards the earth to take place. Bend your knees generously. Inhale, roll up to rise. Stand up as you lift your gaze last. And if you feel comfortable, close your eyes for a moment. And acknowledge anything that's coming up for you. Acknowledge if there have been moments of discomfort. Have you been able to just sit with it, breathe through it? Or even if there were moments of pain for any reason, were you able to gracefully and intentionally step away? Gently open your eyes. Take an inhale through your nose. Open mouth, sigh. Notice where your ribs are here. Keep them absorbed into the back of the body. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward again. Knees bend as much as you need to. Inhale, gaze to the top of the mat. Walk your hands forward, down dog. Readjust the position of your feet if they were still wide like mine. Find that anchor of your thumb and forefinger, the base of the thumb and forefinger, from which to rotate your arm bones to create space across your neck and spread your shoulder blades just a little wider across your back. Notice if this down dog feels any different from the first one. Good. Inhale your gaze towards your right thumb as you lift your right heel to the sky. Exhale, step it forward. Let's keep our back knee lifted this time. Left hand stays planted, right fingertips stretch to the sky. Stay here for a moment. And notice if you're dumping your outer left hip down to try to make this feel bigger. You notice what that does. Really try to keep your right knee lined up over your middle toe, back thigh pressing up, hips level in space, so that we can isolate the twist in our upper back or more evenly across our entire spine. Now, option here is to drop your back knee or leave it lifted. But get light on your left fingertips, so much so you feel that you might be able to lift off, because we are. So gaze up towards your right hand. Take an inhale. Exhale, low right belly pulls back. As we reach back through our right fingertips, stack shoulders on hips. Take an inhale here. Lengthen armpits away from hips. Exhale, press your left shoulder blade forward through your chest to twist a little deeper. Take another inhale. And exhale, palms come to heart center and slide your left elbow outside of your right knee. Belly is lifting away from your thigh, and the twist is coming more from the action of the right belly pulling back and the left shoulder blade pressing forward. With your next inhale, unwind. Plant your palms, exhale, step back, down dog. Inhale the gaze towards your left thumb as left heel reaches to the sky. Exhale, step it forward. Back knee stays lifted for now. Plant your right hand, left fingertips reach to the sky, inhale. Now press your back thigh up powerfully. Lift your belly away from your thigh even here. And now the action of lifting comes from our low left belly, helping to pull us up and back as we reach out through the left fingertips. So if you need to drop the back knee, go ahead and do so. Get light on your right fingertips, inhale. Exhale, low left belly draws back as I reach back through left fingertips to find that nice stacked open twist. Now, inhale, find length, armpits lift. Exhale, right shoulder blade presses forward through the chest to deepen the twist. Take another inhale here. Bring your palms to meet at your heart. Exhale, slide your right elbow outside of your right knee, or left knee, excuse me. And use your low left belly, again, to draw back through the low back to deepen the twist any amount. Inhale, unwind. Plant your palms, step forward, fold forward, top of the mat. Bring your weight to the balls of your feet. Lift your bony hip points toward the belly button here. Fingertips come to shins. Inhale, lift halfway. Armpits lengthen away from hips. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, stand up, reach up, look up. Exhale your palms to your heart. Release your hands to your sides. Close your eyes and just take a moment and notice. Gently open your eyes. So we're going to do all of that more or less together. We're going to go for 2 full rounds and build just a little bit more heat. So again, option is for low lunge the whole time if you need it. High lunge if you're really looking for a challenge. Notice if you are avoiding discomfort or challenge. And if you typically do that, I encourage you to lean in. Maybe stick with the challenge or the discomfort for another breath or 2. If you tend to be someone like me who kind of charges forward through everything and muscles their way through it, maybe try to back off. Maybe be a little bit more gentle and work on refining some movements for yourself. Maybe even allowing yourself the space to close your eyes as you practice, so you can really feel into your own experience. Neither is good or bad. It's not a binary world here on our mats, I don't think in general, but nevertheless, just attempt something new. So stand at the tops of your mats, fingertips yearn towards your outer heels. Externally rotate the upper arm bones as hip bones still lift towards the belly button. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Open mouth, sigh. Keep the ribs in where they are at the bottom of the exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Soft bend in the knees. Fingertips to shins or maybe toes or the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, bend your knees as much as you need to. Plant your palms, step back, down dog. Inhale the right heel to the sky, gaze towards that left thumb. Exhale, step your right foot forward. High or low lunge. Inhale, right fingertips to the sky, left hand stays planted. Exhale, bend your right elbow, roll your heart to the sky. Fingertips sweep forward, inhale. Exhale, bend your elbow, roll your heart open. Last one, inhale, sweep it forward. Exhale, bend your elbow, roll your heart open, and now lengthen your right fingertips behind you. Take an inhale. Low right belly draws back. Exhale, stand up, stack shoulders on hips. Good. Take another inhale here to find length. Exhale, left shoulder blade presses forward through the chest as the low right belly draws back to twist. Now, right fingertips sweep forward and up. Inhale. High lunge. Exhale, right fingertips sweep back as the left fingertips reach forward. Twist. Inhale, sweep forward and up. Exhale, twist, right fingertips sweep back, left fingertips sweep forward. Bring your palms to meet as you inhale. Exhale, slide your left elbow outside of the right knee. And draw the low right belly back. Good. Inhale, unwind to high lunge. As you exhale, slowly lower your left knee to the mat. Right hand softens to your right hip, and reach your left fingertips up and overhead. Inhale, reach your left fingertips up, right fingertips meet. Exhale, bend both elbows open as you stretch the heart to the sky. 2 more times. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the elbows, reach the heart forward. Last one, inhale. Exhale, lift your heart to the sky. Softly lay on your hands to frame the front foot. Lift the back knee, step back, down dog. Inhale to gaze to the left thumb, left heel reaches to the sky. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, left fingertips to the sky, right hand plants. Exhale, bend your left elbow, roll your heart open. Fingertips reach forward, inhale. Exhale, bend the elbow, roll the heart open. Last one, inhale, sweep it forward. Exhale, bend the elbow, roll the heart open. And again, we reach our left fingertips behind us. Focus on that low left belly, get light on the right hand. Inhale. Exhale, reach back through your left fingertips, draw your low right belly back. Open twist. Take another inhale. Lengthen up through your armpits and side body. And exhale, press your right shoulder blade forward to deepen the twist. Inhale, bring your palms to heart center, prayer. Exhale, draw the low left belly back as the right elbow lands somewhere along the left thigh. Ooh. With your next inhale, unwind, high lunge. As you exhale, softly land the right knee to the mat. Left hand finds left hip, and inhale, right fingertips up and overhead. Inhale, lengthen straight up through the right fingertips, left fingertips meet. Exhale, bend the elbows, stretch the heart forward. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the elbows, stretch the heart forward. Last one, inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the elbows, stretch the heart forward. And softly land your palms outside, or to frame the front foot, lift the back knee, down dog. Good. Softly land to your knees, big toes touch, knees as far apart or as close together as you would like. Child's pose. So we're going to do that one more time, because why not? And again, I encourage you to notice what's coming up for you. Did you lean into challenge? Did you soften away from it? Can you continue to shake up and break up your patterns of comfort? Maybe even intentionally create some challenge, unfamiliarity, and discomfort in your life. Why not? With your next inhale, make your way to down dog, shift your hips forward. Tuck toes, hips lift up and back. Just find your down dog that you've been finding throughout class. Notice any shifts or changes. Does this one feel different, better, more accessible? Do you have what I like to call the tremors of truth in your legs or shoulders? Notice it all and accept it. Gaze forward towards your right thumb. Inhale, right heel to the sky. Exhale, step it forward or help it forward. High or low lunge. Left hand stays planted. Inhale, right fingertips to the sky. Exhale, bend the elbow, roll the heart open. Inhale, sweep the fingertips forward. Exhale, bend elbow. Magnetize it towards the back, thigh, and heel. Inhale, sweep it forward. Exhale, bend the elbow, roll the heart open. Inhale, stretch right fingertips back. Exhale, stand up, stack shoulders on hips. Just bring your palms to meet at your heart as you inhale. Exhale, slide left elbow outside of the right thigh. Inhale to high lunge, move slow. Exhale, soften your left knee to the mat. Right hand meets right hip. Inhale, left fingertips reach up and overhead. With your next inhale, lengthen up through left fingertips and right. One round here, exhale, bend the elbows, roll the heart open. Frame your front foot, plant your palms, lift your back knee, step back, plank. Exhale, lower to your bellies, use your knees or don't. Plant the tops of the feet, inhale, cobra, up dog if you would like. Exhale to release. Tuck your toes, press into the knees or don't, but lift up in one piece. Inhale. Down dog. Exhale. Gaze forward to the left thumb. Inhale, left heel to the sky. Exhale, step it forward. High or low lunge. Inhale, left fingertips to the sky. Exhale, bend your elbow, roll your heart open. Sweep it forward, inhale. Exhale, bend your elbow, roll your heart open. Sweep it forward, inhale. I can't remember how many times I did this on the first side, so 3 on this side. Exhale, bend your elbow, roll your heart open. Stretch your left fingertips back, inhale. Get light on the right fingertips. As you exhale, low left belly pulls you up. Twist. Bring your palms to meet, inhale. Exhale, slide right elbow outside of left knee. Nice and slow. Inhale to high lunge. Exhale, soften your right knee to the mat. Left hand to left hip. Inhale, right fingertips reach up and overhead. Take an exhale here. Inhale, lifts us back up. Low lunge, fingertips reach to the sky. Exhale, bend your elbows. Lift your heart to the sky. And frame the front foot. Plant your palms, lift your back knee. Down dog. If you would like to take another vinyasa here, feel free. I am at about 5,000 feet of elevation. And if you can't hear me, I am out of breath. I don't need any more vinyasas today. Wherever you are, finishing up your vinyasa, or maybe you chose to rest in child's pose, meet us in down dog. Gaze forward, inhale, right heel to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot to your right thumb. Everyone drop your left knee. Back toes stay tucked. Plant your right hand on top of your right thigh. Press forward and down on the thigh to lift the heart to the sky. So here is option 1. And we're doing all the same actions with bony hip points lifting up towards our belly button, kind of finding that tucking or reaching of the sit bones to the backs of the knees. So you can stay here if you would like. This is fine. If you are here, I want you to use your left butt cheek, and this is for everybody. I want you to use your left butt cheek to press your pelvis forward in space, any amount. And with that, I want you to also really lift your left hip point up towards your ribs. So we're really getting a big lengthening across those hip flexors. Maybe it's in the thigh more for you, in the quads. Depends on where you're tight. But really just trying to open up the front of the left leg. So again, you might stay here. You might bend your left knee, squeeze the heel to the butt, and reach back with the right hand for the foot. If you do get the foot, press the foot into the hand as you pull the foot in towards your butt. So find a little bit of resistance, so much so that you help to roll your shoulder open. Option is to stay just like this. Again, using your left butt muscles to send the pelvis forward. You may lower to your forearm. If you are going there, I want you to soften down from the power of your belly. So get light on your left fingertips and softly come down. And even here, stretch your heart forward as though you were lifting it away from the low back, and press the back of your head into an imaginary resistance. Take another round of breath here. If you have the back foot, slowly release it. Plant your right hand down, lift yourself back up. Everybody, frame the front foot. And shift your hips back, half splits. Flex your right toes back towards your face, and you might wriggle the right heel forward. I like to have hips stacked above knees or directly above knees, or really the left knee rather, or even forward, but less back. Curl your sit bones to the backs of your knees, bony hip points lift, and stretch your heart towards your big toe more than your chin. So we're keeping that length across the back of the neck. We're not rounding forward or trying to win a race with our chin or collapsing our shoulders into feet. Allow this to be active. Press your left or your right thigh bone down towards the mat, any amount, as you flex, especially your pinky toe back towards your face. Good. If you wiggled your heel forward, press down into your fingertips. Try to bring the heel back a little bit. Bend the knee, plant the foot, plant the palms. We meet in down dog. Inhale, the left heel up, gaze at the left thumb. Exhale, step it forward. Drop the right knee. Again, right hand is planted, left hand on left thigh. Press your left hand forward and down on the thigh to twist. And now you might be able to see here, I am still curling my sit bones to the backs of my knees, lifting my bony hip points towards my belly button, and using my right butt muscle to send my pelvis forward as I really lift my right hip point up towards my ribs. And this is the option. You might stay here on this side. You might squeeze the right heel towards your butt, reach back with the left hand for the pinky edge side of your back foot. Find that push-pull resistance. Roll your shoulders back. Find that gentle external rotation of your upper arm bones even here. And of course, Lower to the forearm if you find it's appropriate here. Get light on the right fingertips. Soften your forearm down to the mat. Stretch your heart forward and away from the low back as you draw the ears back and press your head into that imaginary resistance. Finding that back bend. One more round of breath here. Very slowly as you exhale, release that back foot with control. Left hand plants, lifts you up to the right hand if you're down on your forearm. Frame your front foot with your fingertips and shift your hips back. Press the front leg straight. Wiggle or send the heel slightly forward so that your right hip is above or in front of the right knee. Left toes flex back towards your face. Left thigh bone presses down towards the mat. Belly is lifted, sit bones reaching to the backs of the knees as you stretch your heart forward through the crown of the head. And notice if you're still sending your chin forward, if the back of your neck is compressed, even as you gaze forward, you can bring your forehead to face your toes and just lift your eyeballs to gaze forward if you really feel that you want to see what's in front of you. Make sure all 5 toes, especially the pinky toe, are still flexing back and yearning towards your face. Good. Plant your palms or your fingertips. I use fingertips outside of my leg. I press the mat away so that I can maybe lift and drag my front heel back. Frame the front foot. We meet in our last down dog of class. Here for 3 breaths. Inhale through your nose, open mouth, sigh. And again, inhale, sigh. Last one, inhale. Let it go. Gaze towards your thumbs as you lower your knees slowly to the mat. Walk your hands back, swing your feet out from underneath you, and come to a seat on your mat. Ooh, actually, go ahead and lie on your backs. Bend your knees, plant your feet. Pick up your right ankle, cross it over the top of your left thigh. Flex your right toes back towards your right knee and send the knee away from your face. You can plant a hand, your right hand on your thigh to help with that. Use your muscles. You can stay here or lift the left foot away from the mat. Bring the thigh towards your face. Interlace your fingers around the back of the left thigh. And flex your left foot. You can stay just like this. Or maybe you might try to move your left knee and thigh more in line with your left shoulder. So move it out towards the left side of the mat and body. You might stay here. You might find that push-pull resistance with the hands in the back of the left thigh and see what happens to your low back as you do. Notice if you are using your neck muscles or your shoulders to try to hold your legs here. Soften your jaw, your neck. Allow the front tips of the shoulders to succumb to gravity and soften towards the earth. Very slowly release the back of the left thigh. Keep the legs crossed. Left foot finds the mat again, and now cross your right thigh over the left entirely, like a lady might sit, or like my mom tells me they do. Open your arms out to the sides, palms face up. Pick up your hips and move them towards the right. Inhale. Exhale, knees fall to the left. Now, if this is too much on the back, simply uncross the legs and stack the thighs or knees one on top of the other. Right shoulder blade is still softly landed and anchored to the earth. Take another inhale here. Exhale, draw the belly in to lift the knees back up. Uncross your thighs, center your hips back into the middle of the mat. And pick up your left ankle, cross it over the top of the right thigh. Left toes flex. You can press the thigh away with the hand so the knee reaches away from the face, or you can also reach through the legs for the back of the right thigh. Flex your right foot gently, just to remind it that it's there and not just flopping around doing nothing. Notice neck, shoulders, jaw, soften. Maybe even find the right knee more in line with the right shoulder and armpit. Maybe draw back on the right thigh and press the thigh back into your hands. Notice whatever shifts for you within that. Very slowly release the thigh, right foot plants, arms come out to the sides, palms face up, left thigh crosses over right. Pick up your hips, move them to the left side of the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, knees towards the right. Left shoulder and shoulder blade still yearning for the mat and the earth. That is your anchor from which you twist. So if it's lifting way up, maybe come out of this a little bit. Maybe uncross the legs and stack the knees on top of each other. Take an inhale here. Exhale, draw the belly in to lift the knees up. Uncross your legs. Center your hips on the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself one last big hug. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Reach for opposite elbows. Bring your forehead to your knees. Curl up your toes. Squeeze your knees together. Hug your outer hips in. Draw your belly in. Squeeze your shoulders in. Clench your jaw. Scrunch up your face. Wrap every muscle around its bone. Get smaller. Get tighter. And slowly release and unfurl one layer at a time into Shavasana. Arms come out to your sides, palms face up, feet are outer hip width distance, toes roll open as you soften the groin and the kneecaps. Bring your shoulder blades underneath you and down your back to create space across your chest. Allow the front of your body to soften deeply into the back of your body as your eyes release away from your eyelids, your tongue releases from the roof of the mouth. Soften your throat, your heart and organs into the back of your body. And notice the space just behind your eyes. That sea of consciousness that dark field of compassion and peace, unconditional love. And allow your internal gaze and awareness to rest there. Shavasana. I will leave you here. Stay here as long as you would like. Namaste.